What's up, you movie collecting weirdos, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer, and it's time for another Quickie movie haul. Just gonna get back into the swing of them. I want to get this stack a little bit lower because it's about to fall over, and it's a safety hazard, so we gotta get through these ones. But I got 8 to go through right now. Just woke up. My day off is today, so figured I would knock one of these out. Hell, I might even knock another one out later on. But let's just jump right in and see what is on the menu for cinematic goodness. First up is a classic sci-fi horror film by a Canadian filmmaker that needs no introduction. It is David Cronenberg's Scanners. And this one is badass. And I got the Criterion, picked up the Criterion one just recently because I've owned the DVD for a long time, but just haven't upgraded. So really got this one in the collection now, thankfully. And looks like it's a pretty crazy edition with a bunch of different artwork inside. Really cool stuff. Picked up another Criterion as well, which I'll show in another video, but another great one. But yeah, Scanners, pretty much about follows a guy who can kind of do things with his mind. Most notably, he can explode heads, which is one of the most famous scenes in the movie where he explodes, or somebody explodes somebody's head in this movie. But yeah, this organization is trying to control these ones, pretty much the government that wants to control them for their own means. And yeah, it's kind of like a lot of espionage too. It's pretty cool. Really awesome, cool combination of sci-fi, horror, and kind of spy films. But Scanners, badass. It's probably one of my favorite David Cronenberg films. But yeah, in the collection, in Blu-ray, but not for the first time because I have owned it on DVD prior, because it is a true classic. But speaking of I guess the antithesis of a classic is the movie up next. This is a guilty pleasure of mine. I had a really fun time watching this one. I think we watched it one of our Monday movie nights with the guys, and it's horrible, but the performance is unbelievably weird. The story is weird. The whole movie is weird in general. The director is strange. It's weird. But this is my guilty pleasure, a movie that kind of came out recently. I think it was last year. But it is The Fanatic with John Travolta. And when I said the director's weird, the director is Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit, if you remember that band. But a mentally disturbed, mentally challenged man, I guess, in this movie. That's what John Travolta plays. And he's obsessed with movies, and specifically a actor played by Devon Sawa, if you remember him from Idle Hands and Final Destination. But he's obsessed with him and stalks him, and eventually is able to get inside his house and kind of torments him a little bit. But it's very weird. John Travolta goes full, I'm not gonna say it, but he goes full crazy. He's just interesting in this movie. Definitely an interesting movie, and I got it for dirt cheap because nobody really likes this movie. I thought it was fun and interesting and weird and just an oddball flick, and had to have it in the collection because a lot of memorable scenes in it, and it's just a very oddball film. I mean, I don't even know how to describe it other than he's just a weirdo and does weirdo things, and some of the stuff is nonsensical of what happens, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for the character. So first time in the collection, The Fanatic, guilty pleasure of mine. I enjoy it. I'm not ashamed to say I enjoy it. But next up is a very strange film that I don't know if it met my expectations. I've been trying to hunt this one down for a long time. And, wait, did I talk? I think I talked about this one already. Well, I guess this will be an update. I told you about this in one of the movie haul videos. Never Too Young to Die with John Stamos taking on a transvestite Gene Simmons. I actually did sit down and watch the movie. Um, it's good for an oddball kind of oddity, but it's executed kind of poorly. Vanity is very, very, very amateurish in her acting in this one. Even John Stamos is just he's not stealing the show like I hoped he would. Gene Simmons, he's pretty much on par with how I thought he was going to be. Totally over the top, cheesy as all hell. I would say a shitty performance, but it's just meant to be that, so it's just very weird. A very weird film. And don't regret it. Don't regret watching it. Don't regret having it in the collection, but was expecting a lot more from that one. So I guess that's an update for that one, since I do remember talking about that in one of the other movie hauls. But let's move it on to another film. We got I don't think I talked about this one either. I don't think so. Maybe I did. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. But let's talk about it again. It's Super Beast, because I actually did sit down and watch this film, and it's one of those films shot in Taiwan, I believe, or the Philippines. Low budget, about a scientist trying to cure cancer, I believe, and something happens where he is actually injected with the serum, and it's not done. It's to rehabilitate. Remember, it's to rehabilitate criminals who are like thought to be too far gone. They're too much of a bloodlust, and it's kind of to pacify them. And for some reason, it turns them into a super beast. I don't freaking know, but it's fun, entertaining, very, very awesome locations, because I said it was shot in the Philippines, I believe, and just a really interesting film. I love the characters, love the locations, like I said. Special effects on the Super Beast is pretty cool, and just a fun kind of B-movie drive-in kind of flick. Really, really awesome, and glad I have it in the collection. First time in the collection, because never owned it prior. But let's move it on to a movie that's it's a horror series from Spain that I really, really love, and yeah, let's get right into it. It is Night of the Seagulls, and from my memory, I believe this is the last entry in the series. I think this is the fourth one, and the fourth official. I know they made something got done recently, and I don't know. I like the older films, so I don't really have much hopes for that one. But yeah, Night of the Seagulls is the fourth movie in the Templar Night series, and it is really actually good. I like this one. My favorite of them was probably the second one. The second one's probably the best, and then second one, then I like the first one, then I like the fourth one, and then the third one, Ghost Galleon, is, I mean, they're all pretty decent. But I got my coffin set still up there, but I've been upgrading everything because I really do love this series, and just love the creepy atmosphere that comes from it, and just the Knights Templar ghouls, the skeletal clan of ghouls are awesome. And yeah, I know they have the first one out and on Blu-ray, and I want to pick that one up, but it's always at a really steep price. I don't know who puts that out, maybe Synapse. But I'll be getting that one eventually, because I really do want to own all of them on Blu-ray. I haven't heard of anything of the other two, though. But I think there's like a foreign release that might be in all region, but don't know. But yep, Night of the Seagulls. Love it, and glad it is in the collection upgraded. But let's move on to another movie I absolutely love that I upgraded recently to Blu-ray, because I've owned it prior. And it's a very odd, kind of under-the-radar film. Not a lot of people talk about it, but I absolutely love it. And the movie I'm talking about is Soul Survivor. And funny I mentioned Devon Sawa earlier with his Final Destination reference, because this one's actually got a lot to do with that kind of premise, where someone escapes death, and then death is kind of haunting them throughout the rest of the movie. And I believe Final Destination got a lot of ideas from this one. But this one is Soul Survivor. Very, very amazing film. Anita Skinner, I believe is her name, is the main actress in it, who is haunted by death after being the sole survivor of a plane crash. So, yeah, she does an amazing job in it, and this movie has a whole hell of a lot of atmosphere, just a lot of cool, I believe it's like late 70s, early 80s, but it's got that kind of aesthetic, and I just love it. And like I said, not a lot of people talk about this one, so definitely check this one out if that sounds up your alley. But yeah, Code Red put this one out, and I don't believe this is one of the reissues. I think this is but I'm not sure. I can't remember where I got this. It's been a while since I picked this one up, but yeah, it goes for a pretty hefty price. I'm pretty sure they're going to be reissuing it because Code Red through Scorpion is releasing a lot of them, and they show up in those Kino Lorber sales. So I'm hoping, I mean, just for your guys' sake, if you want to pick it up for cheaper. But Soul Survivor, awesome, awesome film. And I didn't say, but Scream Factory put out Night of the Seagulls. And I believe Super Beast was a Scream Factory as well. But yeah, let's keep moving on. Next up is a fun 80s slasher, not by far a classic, but something that is very entertaining, watched on one of our movie Monday nights, and the movie is Blood Hook. And this one is pretty much as outrageous as you would expect from the cover art and the title alone. It's centered around a slasher killer who kills people. He's a fisherman. He kills people through fisherman utility stuff like fishing pole, hooking people with a boat, you know, things like that. It's ridiculous and not the best, like I said, but it is fun. It definitely doesn't take itself too serious. But it actually has some pretty cool atmosphere to it and a very kind of cool 80s slasher feel. Yeah, I love it and wanted to pick it up, so I saw somebody was selling it for cheap and put it in the collection. So Vinegar Syndrome put this one out, and Transfer's beautiful for such a shitty movie, let's say, and just Blood Hook is a lot of fun. So it's one of those movies that it follows through with its premise and title and what you would expect. It's pretty much spot on what you would expect as a fisherman slasher film. Insane. But Blood Hook, first time in the collection. I have nothing more to say about that one. But last but definitely not least, in my opinion, because I thought it was a fun time, it's a double feature movie that was put out by VCI, and I know that there's a lot of complaints with these Mexican movies brought over by VCI because they tend to just do their own dub, a modern dub on an old film, and it does take away from the appeal of these films because you want to see them how they were made in the time they were made. But I had a lot of fun with this one, and I know it's probably not going to have a better release coming out anytime soon, but the movies, because it's a double feature I'm talking about, are Batwoman and Panther Woman. Now, I have not seen Panther Woman, but I did watch Batwoman for the first time last week. Loved it. It's pretty much just Batman as a female running around fighting crime, but she also is a luchador wrestler on the side. And it's got that great Mexican 70s or 60s. I don't even know what year this is. Yep, 1968. So in the 60s, late 60s, luchador wrestling, superhero kind of genre. They threw in a woman as Batwoman, and it is just fun. The main actress, what is her name? I don't even know what her name is. Renee, no, that's the director. Maura Monti. She is smoking in this movie, and one of the big appeals of it, I guess in my opinion, but just really awesome, really fun. Has that kind of Euro spy flavor to it, like a spy film, like a James Bond ripoff. Really, really awesome. I'm hoping to maybe just do a review on it because I did have a lot of fun with it. And there's a lot to talk about. It's goofy. It gets crazy as hell at the end. I mean, there's a mutated monster creature. Insane film, but a lot of fun. But, yeah. Good stuff. But that's everything, I guess. A lot of different flavors in here, but good stuff. Hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you saw some ones that you'd like to pick out for yourself for your own collection. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. And I guess I will talk to you guys the next time I'm talking in front of a camera about movies. I put a lot of different video reviews out earlier, so if you hadn't checked those ones out, definitely give them a watch. I know some of them kind of blew up to like 1,300, 1,800 views, so thank you for that. The algorithm is a tricky bastard. You don't know what you're gonna get. You could put a video out and it gets only 100 views, and then you put another video out and it gets almost 2,000. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. So I'm just gonna do what I keep doing, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it. But I will see you guys later, and yeah, have a good day and get the hell out of here. See you guys.